gotta watch that later. Let's see here. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I was going to my channels and tweeting out this stream. Just gonna click that shares button, hit that tweet, motherfucker. Editing. And chatting, thank you. New series. Video for new series. Bing bong, ding dong. Let's touch those ding dongs. Well, now let's get started editing. Okay. First split there. I just want to have this as the intro bit. Beep. I peed. Oh, it doesn't show the keypad. There we go. There we go. Hello. Welcome to the very first episode of Game Breaks, where I go through video games that I like or that I get requested and find shit that's just broken in them. Today's episode is Subnautica. And we all know Subnautica is a fantastic and beautiful game, but it can be truly a buggy mess. And our first example is going to be the Seamoth. In the game, the Seamoth never was fully fixed. Still acts hilarious at times. Like for instance, at random points, hilarious at times. And then just drop, boom. Like for instance, at random points, if you are going full speed and then exit your Seamoth. Ooh, is it dead? No, damn. It's gonna take me a few tries to get this because it doesn't always do it. And I'm gonna just skip to when I finally did it. It was somewhere around here. Oh yeah. Oh, almost. What's up, big man? What's up, big man? We'll do a little random in-between bit. Oh, almost. What's up, big man? What's up, big man? I'm getting distracted as usual. Underneath, they almost look like crabs. I think it's cool. I love crabs. Cool. I love crabs. They're delicious. Now we gotta get to the point where I hit myself with Spanker, or I get spanked by Spanker. So did I finally do it? Oh, I must have missed it. Because most of the times when I have back and hit. Yeah, there's the crack. Spawning terrain for the warpers. I'm not. Okay, I'm barely that far from Vane. See? No idea if I'm in any, like, spawning terrain for the warpers. I'm not. Okay, I'm barely that far from Vane. Far from Vane. Now, if I cut that... See? Okay, we need to trim you down just some smidgens. From Vane. See? More smidgems. Oh, you're going the wrong way. See? Right there. Perfect. If you do it weird, like I had to drive sideways, then I had to flick my stick back and hit B. If you ever like drive and try to stop yourself quickly and then exit, it'll still be going fast enough. Like if you're trying to rush things and I recommend not wait till you come to a stop. It'll whack you. That's why I call him Spanker, because most of the times when it happens to me, he gets me from like this angle. And then add screenshots. What are we gonna add? What are we gonna add? What are we gonna add? I don't know, man. A boss. I have the kinds or. Okay, now we're gonna add a track. What I failed to mention here is that I had to confuse the Seamoth's AI. Delete. Yeah. I'm going to extend the hell out of you. About there. See, now, what I forgot to mention is that I have to confuse the Seamoth's exit AI, which is where it puts you depending on where you're driving. So if you do that random flick I mentioned, it'll confuse it and make it think you're that way, the way you flicked. I don't think that makes any sense, but I'm gonna stick with it. It's a good stuttery piece of and that's just how I am. So I'm gonna just stutter. It's like right here where I'm hit this angle. See, now, what I forgot to mention is that I have to confuse the Seamoth's exit AI, which is where it puts you depending on where you're driving. So if you do that random flick I mentioned, it'll confuse it and make it think you're that way, the way you flicked. Or like, it's like right here. I'll give it another try. See, now what I failed to mention is that you have to trick the Seamoth. Now when you exit, it exits depending on where you're driving, what angle you are, and it'll put it opposite of where it's going. Now if you do that flick I mentioned, it'll put you behind where you flicked, opposite of where you flicked. So that's why you get hit. That's a better run. Let's take a look. Now what I failed to mention is that you have to trick this angle. See, now what I failed to mention is that you have to trick the Seamoth. Now when you exit, it exits depending on where you're driving, what angle you are, and it'll put it opposite of where it's going. Now if you do that flick I mentioned, it'll put you behind where you flicked, opposite of where you flicked. So that's why you get hit. Where like, it's like right here where I'm hit, right. What? Oh, was that a warper? Hell out of me. I hate this game. I love this game. Scare that. Holy sh! What is that? I should wait for daytime. Holy sh! I really went high, didn't I? Holy fuck! Holy. Holy fuck! You can even see the rapid ray. Right there, and I slam into the poor little thing. Holy sh! What is that? Okay, just a rabbit ray. Scare the hell out of me. I hate this game. I love this game. I hate this game. It's scary at night. Oh, oh god. It is a warper. Little fucker's just there at night. Oh god. Oh, was that a warper? This game. I hate this game. It's scary at night. Oh god. Oh, scary at night. Oh god. God. Oh, was that a warper? Let's take a look. Because I can't actually tell. No, it is indeed a school of fish. God. I hate. Okay, so we're just gonna delete that because it's a school of fish. You go, Rabbit Ray. You can get killed by the warper. I'm gonna go home. Okay. I'm gonna just. What is this? The 1950s? Honorable mention. That's what I was thinking of. Jeez. What is this? L.A. Noire. Okay, there's a. What is this? L.A. Noire. Okay, there's a. Okay, here's a quick Okay, there's a. Okay, here's a quick I'm inept. I was thinking of honorable mention. Oh, I missed it. Wait, what? Where? Do. Why am I all the way over here? Oh, because it puts the screenshot in the next frame. Doesn't do like a dependent on where it is thing, which is retarded. So I gotta move clip. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, that's cool though. You can do this to change where you're holding it, so you can actually go back to where the front of it is. That's pretty cool, bruv. At night. Oh god. You go, Rabbit Ray. There, I'll zoom into it. But you see this reefer, but that I think is also another term for like weed. So, what is this? The 1950s? What is this? L.A. Noire. Okay, there's a. Okay, here's a quick I'm inept. I was thinking of honorable mention. Honorable mention. Little one. I remember the word. Think of. Oh, there's a bit of HUD glitching at the top there. I'll zoom into it. Like orange one. This like the top there. I'll zoom into it. Honorable mention. But you see this red, this like orange one, almost like a copper ball just up there. Well, in one of the old PC builds of the game before the game was released, or in the PC version, I don't remember, but there was a giant planet that would orbit around us, or us around it, and it would circle around us, even going behind the moon, that moon sometimes. And in the PS4 build, the planet's illumination underwater is still there. That's what we would see underwater. It's still there. And every now and again, there'd be a third one where it's like the sun every now and again will show up at night underwater. But no, you still see that it was like a Mars planet. There's the sun now. You see it like whites out and it kind of changes color and then fades away, because in the daytime you don't really see the planet unless it's eclipsing the sun. The only thing that eclipses the sun of the PC build, though, is the moon. They did get that right. Fades away, because in the daytime you don't really see the planet unless it's eclipsing the sun. The only thing that eclipses the sun of the PC. The PC build, though, is the moon. They did get that right, and the moon's just starting to fade away now. But at night, you can still see the remnants of the discount Mars from the PC version, or one of the builds. I haven't seen PC gameplay in a long time, so I don't remember if it's actually in the PC game or if it's a PC build that they later removed. Now, back to the main bugs. This next one is a little bit more innocent, like calm and funny. Is Rocky still here? Don't tell me he got away. Did he finally leave? He's finally gone. I was about to have two examples of this perfect glitch. Well, sometimes the reefies, one reef back will there's always going to be one reefy that's bugged and is going like thrice the speed of a normal reefback, and I call him Reefback Daredevil, or the Daredevil, or something like that. I had two in my game, or it's one that he just respawned and tried to go through the world again. But I had one in the ground. You can find him in episodes of my older videos. I might like do a quick plug-in of the snippet plug-in kind of thing in post. But I call him Rocky. He was right over there, and now we're going to the Aurora for the other one. In fact, you can probably see him from here. He was right over there, and now we're going to the in post. Quick plug-in. I might. I have no idea if my stream is still going. It is! Yay! Alright, come on there, buddy. Hurry the hell up. Alright, I'm here. I'm queer. I'm ready for some big cheer. Let's go to videos. Do some snippet pippet bullshit. Pippin, you penile system. You little shit. Load more. Let's take another quick look. Hello, stream. Hello. Alright, then I go down a bit more. Look at older videos. We're going, I think maybe episode 3 might have it. Okay, so I can't do that right now. I'll have to do that later. Like, do a quick plug-in of snippet plug-in kind of thing in post. Snippet plug-in kind of thing. That School of Fish did that twice in post. But there was, I call him Rocky, he was right over there. And now we're going to the Aurora for the other one. In fact, you can probably see him from here. Once the terrain, once the load and everything. If he's still here, this is gonna be hilarious if he's still here. Yeah, there he is! Yeah, there he is. Yeah, yeah, there he is. The Daredevil got caught in the terrain, so he's literally between a rock and a hard place. This is the Daredevil in my game. He was a thrice speed Leafy. See, I almost got spanked again. Sadly, I didn't get footage of him going full speed. You can see he's moving fast though, and he's bouncing all over in the terrain. Like, if I touch him, will he hurt me? I took a screen. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, just walking on. This ain't Gmod. Please move on. Come on. Thank you. I took a screenshot. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, just walking on. This ain't Gmod. Please move on. Come on. Thank you. Okay, it looks like that's a no. These. I took a screenshot. Like, if I touch him, will he hurt me? Whoa, whoa! Oh, just walking on. This. Just walk. Like, this ain't Gmod. Please. Like, if I touch him, will he hurt me? This ain't Gmod. Please move on. Come on. Thank you. Will it hurt if I'm like hugging him? Okay, looks. He's stuck in the terrain. The reefbacks are very glitchy, but you can see he's moving. Come on, thank you. But you can see he's moving fast. At least he's trying to. He's stuck in the terrain. The reefbacks are very glitchy in this game. Well, not very glitchy. Most of the time you see them going really slow and they're pretty calm, just chilling in the middle of the water. But one or two of them per game. I don't guarantee every time, but you can see this guy is struggling. Look at struggling. Look at the plants. Speed is on him. Speed. Struggling. Look at the plants. Speed is on. See, this guy is struggling. Look at the plants. Speed is on him. One like this will just rocket right across the map. Like, I followed him for like 30 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, something like that, and he went out of my, like, over the edge of the island, or the landmass underwater, and I couldn't follow him, because then I'd get chased down by ghost leviathans, which would be terrifying, because they keep multiplying as far as you go. But he would, this guy actually goes the speed to outrun the ghost leviathans, which, But he would. This guy actually goes the speed to outrun the Ghost Leviathans. He would. This guy. He would. This guy. He would. This guy. He would. This guy actually goes the speed to outrun the Ghost Leviathans. Outrun the Ghost Leviathans, which is hilarious. I saw him. I'm sad I didn't get recording of it, but I saw him and I'm like, it's a daredevil. I'm gonna just hold you. Come here. Come here. I want to hold you. I want to hold you. Yes. I'm gonna just hold him. He's gonna be my discount herald right now. But that is the Daredevil. Oh, I just chucked him. That is the Daredevil Leviathan, or the Terrain Caught Leviathan. Terrain Caught Reefies, or Daredevil, or the Daredevil Reefback. Now for the next one, this one's a little harder to get to because you have to keep going around the map until terrain stops rendering. Hopefully I can do it soon. I'll come back when I do. Oh, I missed it. I tried to record quick. You can see little squares. Now, all games have rendering problems. Minecraft, like anything that's like random gen, like terrain, will have like rendering problems sometimes, and you'll see like boxes or chunks of terrain just missing, which should not be the case for Subnautica, because none of it is random gen. Plant placement might be. It's not. I've proven this to myself because I have two different worlds and they're both the exact same. Like nothing varies between them. But so I never understood why there was always chunk problems. Oh, excuse me. Because there'd be some points where the chunks would like never render, and you could go into those empty chunks, and nothing bad would happen. See, right here. Come on, go, get in. Ah, damn it! I tried to dive into the empty chunk, but you can see what I mean. The chunk there's render problems everywhere. Please let me get into this. Damn it! I'm trying to get underneath and show y'all, like, there's a good thing about this or chunking as I call it, is that if you get caught underneath, or if animals get caught underneath, you can literally get out. You can get out very easily. Aha! I'm underneath of you. Suck it. And the water never despawns, no matter how far down you go. And by the way, you can go farther down. You can go down and as far as you want. And the Ghost Leviathans never spawn in the depth, in the empty chunk depth, as I call it. There's the average depth, which is the sides of the land mass, and then I call this the empty depth, because once chunks have issues spawning, you can go right in, and you can just go as far down as you want. You can go and beat the game like this. This is like speedrun temptation right here, which I recommend not doing if you're just starting, because your vehicle will be destroyed instantly and you'll die from heat. Let's see if I can find some of the caves though. Sometimes it is hard to find the caves, especially if you don't know where you are when you started. A lot of the times though, if you just dive straight down, you will miss it, so be careful. But okay. Oh yeah, down here the water changes color a lot. See? It don't know what to... It can't figure out what to do, because it can't figure out where the hell you are. So it'll go from green to blue every now and again, until you go up, and it'll realize you're in another terrain or biome, and you're like, and it's like, oh, yep, I gotcha. And watch this. As I mentioned earlier, there's a way to get in, that doesn't hurt it. Which means if you just come up carefully and it just poops you out and it doesn't damage your vehicle. Where the hell am I? We are going all in this game. And this one requires the... I thought yeah, there's refract. Hello. Crunching. Reefbacks. Baby backs are adorable. I want a reefback plushie so bad. Alright, I want a reefback plushie so bad. Alright, the next glitch... I want a reefback plushie so bad. Alright, the next... and it doesn't damage your vehicle. Where the hell am I? The next glitch is probably my favorite in this game. And this one requires the Aurora. Other than the Aurora being a surprisingly shocking thing, surprisingly broken thing all on its own. If I can find... oh, there it is. We are going all the way to the Aurora, because we have to get inside of the Aurora for this one. And this one... this one's just weird. You know, lucky y'all have the magic of editing, post-edited videos to watch. I have to just painstakingly go through all this. And I'm doing this for every video I do. And once I get to other games, oh god. Imagine doing doing my episode on Halo 2. Oh god. And my Halo 2 episode is going to be in-depth as hell. Subnautica doesn't have that many glitches. I mean, it's obviously got its glitches. This game's practically a beta they decided to stop working on. Doing my episode on Halo 2. Oh god. Well... Pussy. Well, I'm going in here. There's probably more protein bars. Or nutrient blocks, right? Okay, so I'm gonna do 2 for the Aurora. Or nutrient blocks, right? Okay, so I'm gonna do 2 for the Aurora because there's 2 for the Aurora. Now, I don't know if this is the case this time around, but a lot of the times when you return to the Aurora, well, the Aurora on this is probably only PlayStation. PC I don't think does this. But if you return to the Aurora after going through it, or going through it fully, doing everything, the engine will still stay the same, but everything else resets. Terminals, sometimes items. It's random what resets, like PDAs, terminals. You can recollect PDAs, you can get more food and stuff. The terrain and blocks themselves will reset, like this shite over here. Oh, it didn't reset this time. Okay. Looked like it did. Sometimes these crates will reset. Well, let's get to this door here. All the doors do it, but I'm gonna get to the closest one. Now, I'm gonna close this door on me. And then I literally walk back. I walk backwards. Walk backwards, then I walked forwards because I got stuck in the wall. And now I'm inside the map. I'm inside a part of the Aurora that you'd never be able to go into. And it has water inside the Aurora. This water's placed because some parts you do have to swim in still. But like and like there's culling issues and everything because the map can't figure out where the hell you are. All right, let me jump down to a spot I know won't kill me because there's some building. See, that crate reset. Some of the Aurora resets. It's weird. Let's drop down here. Uh-oh. Yep, culling issues, like I said. Because it doesn't render until I'm about to starve to death. That's no good. But what would make things even weirder if there was fish in here? But there's like an entire piece of map. Like this is an entire thing of rendered terrain that you would never see. This is like beta build stuff here. And you can swim throughout all of it. You can even walk inside of some of the stuff. On the engines, you can walk on them. I am inside the body hull of the Aurora. I just said hull. I didn't even realize I did that. Hull. The body hull. I just say hull. Fair enough. The only parts you can see out of are these. 2 windows right there. On the other side are textured, but those are the only parts of the Aurora that have one-sided textures. Now how to get back in? Good question. Let me show you. Oh, it even shows you, this even shows you the terrain in here. Look at that. Oh my god, that is so strange. Will it show them the vehicle? I wonder if I go down here, will it show like the actual... I am starving to death. Now, this part of the map is the only part of the entire game where there's a boundary. There's an invisible box here that you can't pass. Yes, I get it. I'm starving to death. Let me die. I don't give a damn. Wait, what's in my inventory? Bunch of batteries and bunch of drugs. Okay, that stuff I keep. There's a box here that you can't do anything. It's a cylinder. Oh, it's a slant. It's a hill. What the hell? What the hill? Now, I'm gonna heal myself real quick, and I'm gonna go show y'all how to get out of here. Now what you do is you go to the engine room, and you go behind one of the ladders. Now, I found this out on accident trying to grab one of the ladders through the wall. I couldn't. But what happens, you can see that door reset as well. Let me get over here. It's all the way over here. Get it, my guy. You're dying. Shut the fuck up. Am I there yet? No, yep, I'm right here. Now, it's this ladder right here. The ladder to when you enter the room, it's this ladder here. Go up behind it, and just. I think you have to hop out of the water. Yep, you hop out, and you'll land inside. Uh-oh, 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 don't die, don't die. Alright, now let's go look around for food. My guy's a finna die. I don't like that shit. Alright, now let's go look around for food. My guy's a finna die. I don't like that shit. Let's see if any of those reset crates have nutrient blocks in them. Episode of... They're up here. So, this has been the first episode of Game Breaks, where we go through games and show you what the hell is wrong. Holy, that held a lot. And so there you go. See, PDAs, crates, the entire Aurora will reset internally at some point. And you can go in outside a map into the map Aurora by just closing a door on yourself and walking. Now don't walk side to side or else you'll just walk out of the door. But if you walk back or forth, like go to one wall, walk forward, you'll just fly up out of the map. It's hilarious. And I showed you the only part of Subnautica that has door on yourself and back or forth, just fly up out of the map. It's hilarious. Showed you the only And I showed you the only part of Subnautica that has a boundary. Boundary break eats your heart out. Now, does that boundary have any use? No, not a single part of all of the Aurora has any limit except for where the terrain is. Everywhere else is just free terrain. And so, there you have it. This has been the first episode of Game Breaks. A very strange series I'm starting, but a fun one at that. Ow! I gotta get out of here. Zoink Scoob. But yeah, looking at this terrain compared to the inner terrain. Ah! There you are. Tell that they put more work into this texture. I'm about to mention you. Like this looks like this is obviously just a repeated texture. You've actually missed, but like, in there it was literally the entire editing process of this first episode. This has multiple layers and design. Because I'm not subtitling these series different rocks and terrain. Because I don't need to. There's a shark chasing me. There was. And so, yeah. I wanted to originally name this channel, like, this series, like, Broken Games, but, Illuvane, who I actually named my Cyclops after, said that she likes the name Game Breaks better, so I was like, you know what, that does sound better, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna fucking keep that there, bud. I'm gonna get it going there, hey, yo, you fucking go in there, get good stuff there. Yep. I hope you're doing better, doing good. They're at work. If you're at work, I don't know. I'm going to go over the entire video one more time. I recorded myself naming the prawn, because why not? There we go. Hello. Welcome to the very first episode of Game Breaks, where I go through video games that I like or that I get requested and find shit that's just broken in them. Today's episode is Subnautica. And we all know Subnautica is a fantastic and beautiful game, but it can it can be truly a buggy mess. And our first example is going to be the Seamoth. Like for instance, at random points, if you are going full speed and then exit your Seamoth. Ooh, is it dead? No, damn. Oh, it's gonna take me a few tries to get this because it doesn't always do it. Oh, what's up, big man? What's up, big man? You know, from underneath, they almost look like crabs. I always get distracted with this stuff. I decided to put one of them in. I love crabs. They're delicious. See? Right there. Perfect. If you do it weird, Like I had to drive sideways, then I had to flick my stick back and hit B. If you ever like drive and try to stop yourself quickly and then exit, it'll still be going fast enough. Like if you're trying to rush things and I recommend not wait till you come to a stop. It'll whack you. That's why I call him Spanker, because most of the times when it happens to me, he gets me from like this angle. See, now what I failed to mention is that you have to trick the Seamoth. Now when you exit, it exits depending on where you're driving, what angle you are, and it'll put it opposite of where it's going. Now if you do that flick I mentioned, it'll put you behind where you flicked, opposite of where you flicked. So that's why you get hit. Where like it's like right here where I'm hit, right in the back. So I started calling him Spanker. Now for our next subject, which I should wait for daytime. Holy I really went high, didn't I? Holy fuck. Holy sh... Holy sh... What is that? Okay. Just a rabbit ray. Scare the hell out of me. I hate this game. I love this game. I hate this game. It's scary at night. Oh god. You go rabbit ray. You can get... Oh, I forgot to delete that. Oh god. But you see that... Okay, I didn't... I wish there was an undo button. Oh well. Looks like I'm deleting a few more bits. Son of a bitch. Alright. I'm in net. Oh god. But you see this red, this like orange one? Almost like a copper ball just up there? Well, in one of the old PC builds of the game before the game was released, or in the PC version, I don't remember, but there was a giant planet that would orbit around us, or us around it, and it would circle around us, even going behind the moon, that moon sometimes. And in the PS4 build, the planet's illumination underwater is still there. That's what we would see underwater. Okay, I need to get that butt out. You see this red? Scary at night. Oh god. But you see this... Okay, I'm going to trim, and I'm going to go... This game. I hate this game. It's scary at night. Oh god. But you see this... Okay. It's scary at night. Oh god. This red... This like orange one. Okay, too far. Let's go back a little. At night. Oh god. See this red? This like orange one? Almost like a copper ball. Nation underwater is still there. That's what we would see underwater. It's still there. And every now and again there'd be a third one where it's like the sun every now and again will show up at night underwater. But no, you still see that it was like a Mars planet. Okay, so what I also failed to... Alright, it was like a Mars... And every now and again there'd be a third one where it's like the sun every now and again will show up at night underwater. Okay, split. Then add track. Actually add screenshot. Right. Yeah. And again, I failed to mention that that sun thing only happened once. And again, I failed to mention that that sun thing only happened once. But no, you still see that it was like a Mars planet. There's the sun now. You see it like whites out and kind of changes color and then fades away. Because in the daytime, you don't really see the planet unless it's eclipsing the sun. The only thing that eclipses the sun on the PC build, though, is where's that PS4 subtitling? Why is it not there? It kind of changes color and then fades away, because in the daytime you don't really see the planet unless it's eclipsing the sun. The only thing that eclipses the sun on the PC build, though, is the moon. They did get that right, and the moon's just starting to fade away now. But at night, you can still see the remnants of the discount Mars from the PC version, or one of the builds. I haven't seen PC gameplay in a long time, so I don't remember if it's actually in the PC game or if it's a PC build that they later removed. Now, back to the main bugs. This next one is a little bit more innocent, like calm and funny. Is Rocky still here? Don't tell me he got away. Oh, did he finally leave? Oh, he's finally gone. I was about to have two examples of this perfect glitch. I'm gonna add like a sad violin bit and a screenshot of a grayed out Rocky image from one of the previous episodes, or a snippet of one of the screens or the streams. Because you can see the evolution of when he gets there. At one point he gets to a point where he's turned, and then out of nowhere he vanishes. So, yeah. Rip Rocky, I guess. Or he just got away. Well, sometimes the reefies. I'm gonna skip this because that's unfinished bit. No, this won't be uploaded tonight. I had two in my, because I'm not done. Duh. I still have to get several clips, some images, make some music, because I'm wanting to make like a little background music for this. Because I can. Let's get over to. Oh, here. This is gonna be hilarious if he's still here. Yeah, there he is! The daredevil got caught in the terrain, so he's literally between a rock and a hard place. I took a screenshot. Whoa, whoa, whoa! But you can see he's moving fast. This ain't. That's be cool. Huh? Over in the terrain. Like if I touch him, will he
This ain't Gmod. Please move on. Come on.
Whoa,
Thank you.
Whoa. But you can see he's moving fast. At least he's trying to. He's stuck in the terrain. The reefbacks are very glitchy in this game. Well, not very glitchy. Most of the time you see them going really slow and they're pretty calm, just chilling in the middle of the water. But one or two of them per game. I don't guarantee every time, but you can see this guy is struggling. Look at the plants. Speed is on him. One like this will just rocket right across the map. Like, I followed him for like 30 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, something like that, and he went out of my, like, over the edge of the island, or the landmass underwater, and I couldn't follow him, because then I'd get chased down by ghost leviathans. which would be terrifying because they keep multiplying as far as you go. But he would. This guy actually goes the speed to outrun the Ghost Leviathans, which is hilarious. You know, what'd be cool is if I met another one while I was in my prawn suit, I would latch onto him and just ride out into the infinite with him until he like despawned or something. Because I know I can guarantee there's a despawn or call out down out there somewhere, so that when mobs, or I'm sorry, not this ain't Minecraft, when the animals and fish go out there, if they ever do, I don't know if they do, they'd probably get either teleported or just despawned or called out. I don't know. That's something I really want to experiment. What the thrice the fry speed the Daredevil Reaper? Yeah, they're pretty bizarre because they're going so fast that their plants are glitched on top of them, and they go faster than the Cyclops or Ghost Leviathan. It's hilarious every time I see them. I've only seen them twice, both on my survival world. One went out into the vastness of empty waters, while this one went right past my house and came up and got caught between the Aurora and this little rock, this little hill, this little opening, this bowl that just cupped him in. Also, I found a hoverfish came up to me and I just grabbed him and kind of adored over him for a second. Discount Harold right now. Discount Harold, yeah. But that is the and then I chuck him. Just yeet. Oh, I just chucked him. That is the Daredevil Leviathan, or the Terrain Caught Leviathan. Terrain Caught Reefies, or the Daredevil Reefback. You know what I wish I had like a community status to where I'd get like fan art and stuff. Oh, that would be awesome. Because the only thing I would ask for is fan art of a Daredevil Reefer and Rocky. That's all I'd ask for, is a Reefback caught between two rock pillars, and the Daredevil behind me. Oh, that would be amazing. I would love. I'd die happy. I wouldn't care. Of all the things I ever want in life, fan art of Rocky and Daredevil are the only things I want, really. YouTube-wise, everything else is more stuff I can just work with as a goal. But that's a goal, is to have a community that will give me fan art. I mean, I doubt I'll ever get that, but I don't know. It might happen sometime a trillion years later. Now, for the next one, this one's a little harder to get to because you have to keep going around the map until terrain stops rendering. Which is random most of the time, but as further in progressed you get with the game, like more stuff you build, the lower you get, the more lag you attain because you have a PS Slim and not enough money to get a PS Pro. Hopefully I can do it soon. It'll freak out. And from what I understand, Subnautica in general does this random lagging when the planets align. Yeah. When the planets align, I'll have 100 subscribers. I'll come back when I do. Oh, I missed it. I tried to record quick. You can see little squares. Now, all games have rendering problems. Minecraft, like anything that's like random like terrain, will have like rendering problems sometimes, and you'll see like boxes or chunks of terrain just missing, which should not be the case for Subnautica, because none of it is random gen. Plant placement might be. It's not. I've proven this to myself because I have two different worlds and they're both the exact same. In placements, nothing varies. In placements of items and plants, fish spawn areas, placements of the crates and stuff inside of the Aurora, etc. It's the exact same world. The only difference between them is where you spawn in. You get placed in random areas in the very steep ends of the water between them. But so I never understood why there was always chunk problems. And you could go. Ah, damn it! I tried to dive into the. By the way, this is a series that will still have swearing because I can't help myself. When I get to Halo 2, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh my god! If I can get an Xbox One for Christmas, hopefully I do. The first things I'm getting are Minecraft and the Master Chief Collection, and Halo 5. Those 3 games are what I'm getting. Halo 5 is for the Forge. Halo MCC is for the series, for a series, for game breaks, and for Forge. And then Minecraft is because I want to do. I'm starting a new channel with some friends, called Game Group, which is the 3 of us, and it's where we just play games together, and eventually, every now and again, we'll have a guest. I'm still trying to talk to some of them that might be a guest down the line. They aren't responding to me. Oh well. Anyway, well, I don't really have to get back to this. I've done most of the editing I can for right now, so the empty chunk. I can just get to the point where I do go under the ground, though. You can literally get out.
I'm gonna go through.
You can get out very easily. Aha! I'm underneath of you. Suck it. And the water never despawns. It is terrifying, though. If you go down and look back up, you won't see the ground, which is weird to think of. The ground's above you, and sometimes I'll like subtly panic because I don't know where I am and I don't want to come out where it's dangerous. Like when I come out, I actually like come out where I literally come out right underneath the island. That is underneath the island. And it's like, oh, yep, I gotcha. And watch this. As I mentioned earlier, there's a way to get in that doesn't hurt it. Which means if you just come up carefully and it just poops you out. And it doesn't damage your vehicle. Where the hell am I? The next glitch is probably my favorite in this game. Oh, I told you about this one. Or at least I told you, I hinted to you about this one. I'm going to just go ahead and get to it. And here we go. Wait, why don't I get to the closest one? Now, all the doors do it, but this one's the most, like, this one's what, well, I guess this one's the least fun. Close this door. Because you are the highest point, and if you fall, you hurt yourself. And then I literally walked backwards in and got caught in the wall, and so I had to walk forwards. I walked backwards. Walked backwards, then I walked forwards because I got stuck in the wall. And now and you're literally outside the map in the terrain version of the Aurora. You're outside the map, inside another piece of map. Mapception, what the and it's so cool. You can't escape it because the Aurora's inner wall and exterior wall don't act like the terrain do, meaning you can't just right out. You actually get stopped. I tried it when I discovered this glitch, because all the glitches that I talk about in this are the ones are like things I've discovered playing the game. I've played it for like almost a year now, so, or at least like half a year. So anyway, but I found this because I tried to kill myself with a door, and they don't kill you, and I was like, oh, okay. It just phases through me, and I walked forward, and I right through the roof, and I'm like, oh shit, what do I do? How do I get out of this? What's happening? And as you can see, inside the map, you can see where the smoke is placed inside the game, inside the Aurora. You can see like the lack of the like weird tech, like the burning metal bits are like massive sheets of texture. Like you can see, it's just so hollow. But what's interesting about this, I'm kind of just repeating myself, but I don't feel like letting you watch it. I don't want to spoil too much of what I actually talk about in the video. I kind of want to give my own like short interpretation. There is actually unfinished and unused terrain in here. You can see like an unfinished like hill over there. Then there's like a cliff over here, and like a whole like valley right there. Now at some point when I think the Aurora was smaller, because the Aurora was kind of smaller at one point when it was introduced. It was a lot smaller when actually, now that I think about it. I think that's where it sat in. It still came up behind where I am in the game. It was still a long ship, but it was much smaller. And the interior of it changed as well. But as you can see, like I'm swimming around in it. Eventually the texture of the water stops, but you still keep swimming. And this is kind of creepy. I'm going to do like a temporary zoom here to show you. The texture, in my eyes, looks like a skull with a wig on. Or some kind of disturbed, like distorted, like woman head. Just repeated, staring back at you. Like they never differ. Sometimes they actually mirror at one point. Like right at this hill line, it'll mirror and cover over the other texture. It does this a lot on the hill until it comes back to flat ground. Which means they worked on this for a hot second, but then just gave up on it and just made the Aurora mega massive. And you can even see, oops, didn't mean do none of that bullshit. Where was that? You can see that the texture is very different over here. This one's a smoother one with barely anything on it, and it actually has the like second to last modern wall texture on it, which confuses me even more, because this doesn't have the ground texture or the wall texture, but this one does, and it confuses me every time I look at it. It's this jagged piece, cuts off cleanly, but it's got the second to last modern textures. I say second to last as in like a few updates before the game finished and released. And so, yeah. And now I'm gonna skip to the point where I show one of the only bits of something interesting. Is the only part of the entire game where there's a boundary. There's an invisible box here. It's a hill that goes up to those up to those like little mountains. Okay, let me zoom in for you so you can make sense. So you can make. No, what the fuck? If you go on top of it, it's a hill that goes all the way up to those, and comes down to where I am, and then cuts off and straight flats down. Which doesn't make sense to me. Like, why is this one barrier inside the Aurora at all? Why, like, no other part of the game that I can think of actually has this boundary. And I've glitched myself into like the Sea Emperor's temple in my creative world. I don't remember how I did it. Oh, I do remember how I did it. If you go down to that temple when you go through the culling issues. You can actually go to the her temple, her facility, and the water despawns stops at one point, and you just fall and start walking. Scared the hell out of me. Almost destroyed that Seamoth, which didn't matter because I couldn't use it again. I know, right? It's wicked. It's strange. I love it, and I'm doing this for every game I can think of. If you have games that you can think of, tell me. I'm making a list of games that I'm gonna do glitches and stuff on. some games might be subtle and talked about as like a honorable mention kind of thing, like I did with the planet's reflection in illumination in the water still shows up in the PS4 build compared to the PC build, which again I don't know if is actually in the game or not. Like, I'm gonna give an example of a few other games that I have going on for this series, which is Fallout 4, Fallout 3, Fallout 76, obviously, Assassin's Creed Unity, because there's a famous glitch. Actually no, that got patched. I remember. So I'm not sure if Unity still be the case. Assassin's Creed 2, I can have that as an honorable mention because I know how to do it. It does it randomly, but I still do it. Halo 2, Halo 3. I think no, just Halo 3. I don't think you can do that stuff in Halo 4. You might be able to. I don't know. Halo Reach. I'm doing almost every Halo game because you can break those games easily. I'm gonna try the Far Cry series because I have some of those. I'm going, and I think that's all I have right now. Because the rest of the games I can think of don't really have much of like proper bugs, from what I know, or from what I've played, I should say. Because the games I have on my list right now are games that I know have bugs and are weird and break a lot. Like a random honorable mention I can talk about right now is in Fallout 4. The lip syncing will sometimes just break and they'll like drunk talk. They're like, instead of actually saying the words that they're supposed to be lip synced to. Because in the game, believe it or not, they are properly lip synced most of the time. But sometimes the lip syncing will break. Like in my Fallout 4 video that I deleted, like an idiot, my character was like, go away, or whatever it was. I was being a prick or something, and the lip syncing broke, and it was just going, and I'm like, that is weird. Like I zoomed into it, noticing it. I deleted it. I should have kept that clip. But yeah, I have like a lot of games already on my list, but the Halo games I won't be able to do until I get my Xbox One, because I don't have a proper screen, like TV recording setup. Oh, excuse me. That's the chicken coming back up. And Xbox acts a lot like PlayStation, being that it has its own video editor and screen recorder, so that's good. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, and those are the games that I know I can break or just easily get out of. Like Halo 2, there are no, like in Halo 3 there are wall boundaries that keep you from like exiting the main map. But in Halo 2, there are none. None. Except for one on Cairo Station. And I think it's hilarious. I break Halo 2 all the time. That's actually how I found that texture room, the texture box, and that one and the reflections on that one level, is me just walking around outside of Halo 2. I think I also mentioned the Phantom, so that was kind of like a prequel to Game Break. And I'm actually going to edit those clips into the Halo 2 episode. The Halo 2 episode might be a two-parter. I don't know, because there's a lot with Halo 2. And I'll be talking about why that's the case when I get to it. But with all that said, let's continue with this. That you can't pass. And by the way, I'm nerding out as well. I was nerding out when I found this, because when I found this glitch, I was like, oh, I got scared and also amazed that I just out of nowhere did that. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? I wish I could have recorded my actual reaction. It was like, oh shit. Like, I turned around and I was like, oh, this is cool. And I swam all the way to the back of the Aurora, climbed on one of the engine. I was like, I'm walking on this thing. That's wicked. Like, I walked all the way back, and the outside of the Aurora is completely despawned. How do I know? I think I mentioned in a second, or I'm leaving. I'll show you how you leave this area soon. Those are the only parts of the Aurora that have one-sided. Those clouds you see, I'm honestly shocked there are any clouds spawned in at all, but I guess they're probably background assets. I am inside the body hull. And also I discovered I say hull like that. I never noticed. Of the Aurora. It's like the whole whale or white thing, but I just say hull. It's just an H. But the only parts you can see out of are these. 2 windows right. And let's take a close look at those windows. A random texture there that I don't think you see. And you can see sky, clouds. But that's all that's out there. Other than what terrain is connected to this. How do I know is because you can actually see there's modern wall on this terrain. But once you get lower, it becomes the first era terrain. It's such a bizarre transition from pretty to pepperoni. It's the pizza. It does look like a pizza top. It looks like pizza cheese. That's funny. But yeah. On the other side are textured, but those are the only parts of the Aurora that have one-sided textures. And how do I know that everything's called out on that end? Because if you go to the very back of the Aurora, you don't hear the Reaper roaring or anything. He's not there. And I'm like, everything is called out until you leave the Aurora. Except for probably map for a while. Is Pizza Planet. Okay, Toy Story. But yeah, it's just so mind-boggling to go inside of this. Because you can see, like, you can see the outside of the Aurora, the, like, main area right there. I'm sad I didn't do anything about that, talk about that. You can actually see through this wall here, and you'll be able to look out into the Aurora for some parts. The other parts, there's another wall that you can get behind out there, so you'll be blocked by that. But you can actually go out and you can see through this. This wall is also a one-sided texture, and you can see the blown up half of the Aurora from inside, and you can see that it's black. There's like no terrain there, there's no roaring on that end, and there's the water kind of loses its color on that end. Although all the water in here is not got no color either, so that's also a thing. Which is also a little scary, because if you just swim randomly out there, you have no idea if there's gonna be a water call out or not. Which there wouldn't be, because there's water all around the Aurora, obviously, so they just didn't decide to texture the entire inner Aurora, which makes sense. Why would they? They didn't finish the terrain that's underneath of it. Even though it's all fully modeled. It's so bizarre, though, being in there. And now I'm going to show you how to get out. You get to the engine room, which is in the very, like, side where the one-sided texture windows are. And you go around to where you enter it, and it's this ladder on the right of it. You have to hop out of the water and hug the wall, and we'll go frame by frame with this. once you hop out and hug the wall, if you go high enough, it'll grab you and just pull you up and through the wall. Once you get past the pipes, it'll pull you through the wall and right through. Once you get between these two pipes, you pop right through it and you fall in. You do take fall damage because you go to the very top of the room and land behind that ladder, so and you'll land inside. Yep. And I had to take a health pack because I was starving to death and about to die. Alright. Now let's go look around for food. My guy's a finna die. Like, this first episode is amazing, and when I'm done with it, it's gonna be fantastic. Because I'm gonna show, I'm gonna make a Rip Rocky joke, because he's not there anymore. He has vanished. He has left me. I think that's about it mainly. And I'm also gonna make background music for this video, so like I'm putting effort into this series. This will be the only thing I ever put effort into, but other than my basic editing. Although I subtitle everything else, all the other stuff. I just uploaded my 91 video thing, so this has been the first episode of Game Breaks. And I already showed you all this bit. I showed you when I got out here. And I also show like what the modern terrain looks like outside of the Aurora. But yeah, looking at this terrain compared to the inner terrain, you go from pepperoni and no wall to the modern wall, which actually looks like layers of limestone and eroded like rock, compared to really cheesy meat or really bloody meat and pepperoni, not pepperoni, and cheese topping, to what looks like actual sand and limestone and rock everywhere. After said that she likes the name Game Breaks better, so I was like, you know what, that does sound better. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna fucking keep that. But I'm gonna do a little funny zoom in bit here because I just go mad. Go there, hey, you're fucking go in there, get good stuff there. I don't know what the fuck I was even saying. I'm gonna get go there, hey, you're fucking go in there, get good stuff there. Good stuff there, bud. It cut out bud, because I say, oh yeah, good stuff there, bud. That's something I actually say in real life is, oh yeah, good stuff there, bud. Or A+ there, bud. Stuff like that. And I don't remember what caused me to say that, other than practicing the accent for acting. It's just like, the way I talk is so bizarre. And so this is an unfinished version of episode 1 of Game Breaks. And I'm looking forward to this series. Hell yes. Well, Vane, I thank you very much for joining me on this session. This part 1, if you would. But I gotta go to bed. And all that shite. So I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Thank you for what? It's usually me saying thank you for coming, so. Are you saying thank you because I gave you more Subnautica stuff? No. Well, of course. Well, like any time there. I hang out with anyone. That's why I make these streams, editing and chatting. Just having fun there. Hopefully getting to know people, all that shit, you know? Having a good time. Going around A+. You too. Have a good night. Goodbye.